You've said that you want to be judged on education, so on that basis, shouldn't you resign?
Just to explain, Andrew, obviously people here in an audience in Edinburgh know what you're talking about, but why? What is it about the educational record that you think raises questions?
Well, I think that on a number of measures, the Scottish education system, which used to be regarded as probably the best in Britain, is now, worst. And I think that there've also been misjudgments around things like the funding of free tuition fees, which are paid for by other ways that damage students.
Just to remind people, of course, that health and education devolved policies, so they are determined by your government.
Well, firstly, I will defend free university tuition. I got the chance to go to university because education was free. I don't think I've got the right to take that away from anybody, and we've got more young people now in Scotland going to university than ever before, including more young people from our most deprived communities. Now, I stood for the Scottish Parliament election last year, seeking to be First Minister, and said that over the course of the Scottish Parliament, my priority was to raise standards in our schools and close the attainment gap. And we are working to do that through a range of different reforms and additional investment direct in our schools to head teachers to allow them to deploy the additional staff or whatever other resources they think is necessary. So
as you know, in the internationally recognised PISA rankings, Scotland recorded its worst ever results last year for reading, maths and science. That doesn't leave a great deal, does it?
Absolutely. These figures are 2 years old. They are what actually
all figures
sparked.
are old, aren't they? First minute, all figures look at the past.
They are what sparked me making that commitment, and I will be when we come to contest the next Scottish Parliament elections. If I'm asking people to vote for me again as First Minister, I expect to be judged on that. But and it's absolutely legitimate for me to be asked these questions and answer them. But on Thursday, we're not choosing a Scottish Government. We're choosing MPs who will go to Westminster and vote on public spending. Whether the money available to invest in our schools and hospitals goes up or down, will elect MPs to go to Westminster to decide whether the social security cuts that the Tories want to impose, that are going to drive hundreds of thousands, perhaps 1 million more children across the UK into poverty. And we need to make sure we've got strong voices arguing for the right things on that.